I want to talk to you about Lendza, and if you're looking at Lendza, can you actually trust this platform to actually have a decent business loan this year? Let's talk about that. So let me first talk to you about what Lendza is and what it is not. So if you think about Lendza, I want you to think about a small business loan connection service. Some people call it a loan platform, others call it a lending marketplace. But the thing is that the company actually helps match potential borrowers to the lenders in its network. Okay, so Lenza has a network of business lenders, and if you apply for a loan with the Lenza, they'll look at your application and actually match you with the lender in the company's network. So the cool thing is that with Lenza, you are able to get small business funding up to $350,000. So maximum loan amount here, $350,000, and so that's really good. And once paired, you will complete your application, the application process with the lender. So you don't actually provide all the paperwork to Lenza. You basically you'll do a pre-qualification. You'll do a preliminary, like a snapshot, if you will, and based on the type of business loan that you want, they will match you to, and also based on your credit profile, they will match you to a lender, and then you can take it from there. So the company actually launched in 2015, and it's based in LA. Okay, so it's been around for more than 10 years now. So that's really good from a flexibility point of view. So that's actually what Lenza really is, as business loan connection service. So how does Lenza work? Well, the service helps connect small business owners seeking funding from 5,000 all the way to $350,000 to lenders that match their qualifications. So you provide information about your business, and the company analyzes to find the financial info. I mean, the financial institution where you will most likely qualify. So this is kind of cool. And once it makes the introduction, the lender you match with takes over the remainder of the process. You will complete the lender's application and provide any necessary documentation for underwriting to receive funding. Okay, and if approved, the lender services the loan. So let me talk about the type of business financing options you can have through Lenza. So Lenza can help you as a business owner find the following small business loans. So basically, you have accounts receivable financing, you have business line of credit, okay, business line of credit, you have equipment financing, you also have merchant cash advance. So let me explain here. So when I say accounts receivable financing, the advance that you can receive an advanced amount up to 80% of the outstanding balance, up to 90 days in terms of the repayment window, and the rates 5 to 12%. Okay. And by the way, all the terms and the rates are actually approximations. And so the final numbers will depend on the lender that you work with. So accounts receivable financing converts unpaid invoices into immediate working capital. Okay, and this is really good. So it can help your business if it sells on credit, and the business is struggling currently with cash flow. So that's really cool. So that's for accounts receivable financing. You also have business line of credit. Here you have a loan amount up to $100,000. Terms after 20 years. The rates here you have 7 to 25%, and funding time 1 to 2 weeks. That's really good. You also have equipment financing. The advance amounts here up to 100% of equipment cost. The term here 1 to 6 years, and the rates says 7% all the way to 45%. And you also have a merchant cash advance. The advance amount up to $200,000. So here, the term here for a merchant cash advance, you are looking at up to 9 months. Okay, up to 9 months. The rates here 114 to 148. Okay. So, and the funding time actually can be really fast. So you can have the cash as soon as the next business day. And you also have a business term loan through a Lendza up to $350,000. And the loan terms, the repayment window, up to 5 years. And the rates actually go from 7% all the way to 30%. And also, same thing, the funding time can be within 24 hours. So let's talk about the qualifications for a Lendza. So if you're interested in getting a Lendza business loan, what type of qualifications can you actually expect? Okay, now Lendza doesn't publish a minimum credit score requirement because it depends on the lending product and lender, right? And the company states that its lenders also look at your business credit score if available. So if your business has a paydesk score, Lendza's business loan partners will pay attention to that too. And so the company suggests that you should meet the following minimums. So the time in business, 3 months minimum. So at least 3 months. Some startup funding might be available depending on your business characteristics. Annual revenue, at least $50,000, and the net operating income at least 1.25, more than your expenses. 1.25. In other words, your revenue should be at least 25% more than your expenses. So that's really good. But just remember that Lendza is not a direct lender. Lendza is not going to give you the cash right away. Lendza, not Lendza, remains a business loan referral service. So that's really what it is. And Lendza doesn't even charge you a business fee. Like they don't charge you a business loan fee, like an origination fee. No, they get paid by the lender to whom they refer you. Okay. Once they refer you, their job is done. Their job is done. There is no application fee. There is no service fee. So this is really cool. Okay. And the company only performs a soft credit check when you apply, which will not actually affect your credit score. Okay, so that's really something to think about. So how do you apply to Lendza? If you're interested in Lendza for a business loan this year, how do you actually get things started, right? So actually, everything that you want to do through Lendza, you have to do it online. You can talk to somebody on the phone. You can explain your situation, but they do not take a phone application. So you need to fill out a form. You need to fill out a form on the company's website. Okay, there is a simple sign up form that asks for information about you, your business, and your funding needs. And you can be assured that your info is safe. Okay, because Lendza uses data encryption to secure your information, so you can be don't worry about your data being out there. Like if there is a problem, that there will be no data leaks. Okay, so once you fill out the form, you give Lendza 24 to 48 hours because they will study your data. They will do a soft pull. They'll do a quick like pre-qualification process to see basically where you at, what kind of profile you have. So, and they will take 24 to 48 hours to study your data, and then they will try to find a funding partner based on the data that you put on the form. So it's possible to get a match within minutes in some cases, as long as you have the right profile. And then once you get matched with a funder, you work with a provider. Okay, so Lendza rolls and the process ends once they actually connect you. They do not actually go through the process to no. Okay, you have to work with the funder to complete the loan application. So the company claims that it only works with the most respectable lenders, which means that they're actually making money if they connect you, if you borrow from the lender, right? So it is in their interest to actually pair you with the right quote unquote lender. Okay. So now Lendza post funding. The repayment process depends on the lender you work with and the loan type you receive. Lendza is not involved in post funding or even funding, so it all depends on the lender. And term loans and business lines of credit carry daily, weekly, or monthly payments depending on your situation. Most equipment financing uses fixed monthly payments, but some lenders let you pay quarterly. So something to really think about. And also, MCA's merchant cash advances are usually automatic daily payments taken directly from your credit card processor or a business bank account. And some MCA funders allow weekly payments instead. And what you need to understand here is that when it comes to accounts receivable financing, you have the ability to repay when your customers pay their invoices. So the longer it takes for them to pay, the more your costs add up, right? Because the lender is not going to how do I say it, to shoulder the delay. So something to really think about. And one thing I want to say is that prepayment penalties, prepayment penalties, early payment discounts, and renewals depend on the lender. So late paying customers, for when it comes to accounts receivable financing, for instance, late paying customers can make invoice factoring very expensive. So what you want to do is you want to read the funding agreement carefully to ensure you understand the repayment structure and can afford the payments, right? You want to make sure that you can afford the payments, and taking on financial payments your business can't afford can trap your business in a cycle of debt that's actually difficult to escape. So, in worst case scenarios, your business could become an over leveraged operation if it's forced to close. You do not want to have that situation. So now there are some essential questions that you want to ask the lender to help you understand and manage repayment. So does this loan have any early payment discounts or penalties? What's the payment frequency? Are there flexible payment options available, right? So you want to have an idea of flexibility. When will my first payment be due? Can I set up automatic payments to avoid missing a deadline? And this is actually pretty interesting. How can I track my repayment progress? Do you provide a dedicated team member in case of questions during repayment? And also, when will I be eligible to renew funding, especially if you have, let's say, a business line of credit? And also, do you allow stacking? In other words, carrying more than one loan at a time. This could also be interesting to know the lender's view on stacking. So if you think about Lendza, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of working with this lender? So the primary advantage of Lendza is that it helps you find lenders where you might qualify without having to research them on your own. Remember, they have lenders in their network already, so they have some kind of experience based on your business's history. Also, they can actually find out what will work for you more. Okay, so that's really good, and that's really good. And Lendza sends your info to the lender to start the process, making it easier to finalize your loan request once it pairs you. And remember, it is in Lendza's interest to pair you with the right lender. Otherwise, they will be wasting their time. And the application process is quick and straightforward. You can get paired with a lender the same day you apply, if you have the right info. If your info is complete, okay. So many of the lenders and loan products provide fast funding. Alternative funding options like merchant cash advances are much easier to qualify for, which is why there is no minimum credit score requirement. So that's really the advantages. What about the disadvantages of Lendza? Well, Lendza is not a direct lender, nor a lending marketplace. It is a referral service that doesn't help beyond connecting to a lender. Since its role ends after making the connection, It cannot provide eligibility information. Most of the terms and rates listed are approximations because these things depend on the lender, loan, and your qualification. And several of the products carry higher rates than traditional financing. So that's the trade-off for accessibility and speed of funding. And the connection service only helps small business owners seeking 350K or less. There are no options for higher borrowing amounts. So what are the pros and cons here? The pros, so Lendza helps find lenders where you're most likely, you're most likely to get approved. You have a quick and easy application process. It is possible to get paired with a lender the same day you apply. Several fast funding options, and no minimum credit score is required to apply. On the flip side, this is not a direct lender or lending marketplace. It doesn't provide any service beyond pairing you. Okay, it cannot give you accurate estimates on rates and fees. And you also have several products are more expensive than traditional funding. And you also have funding options through the lender. Network could only go to 350. So it's important to understand that Lendza actually gives you some kind of flexibility, right? Lendza is definitely legit. They've been around for the last 10 years. They've been helping tons of small businesses get get business loans, get business lines of credit, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Lendza is a legitimate business loan connection service that you can trust. So the company is verified on Trustpilot, and its website has a trusted site certification. Okay, and so that's really good. And even though Lendza is a loan connection service, people love the fact that they do actually pair you with quality lenders, quote unquote quality lenders. In other words, the lenders are pretty decent. Okay, those are banks, those are credit unions, those are online lenders, those are alternative lenders. Okay, and people also love the fact that the service is very easy to use. So you have excellent customer service. You have a great support system. So that's really good. And if for any reason Lendza pairs you with a lender that ends up not lending to you, you always have the possibility to actually get another financing product with another lender, right? So whether you're looking for a business line of credit or let's say invoice factoring or working capital loans, you have tons of lenders who will really who want to do business with you. So if you have any question on that front, let me know in the comment section, and I can certainly refer you to some lenders in your area. So as a coda into this conversation, I spoke to you about Lendza. I explained what Lendza really is, what are the qualifications for Lendza, how does Lendza work, how to apply to Lendza, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of Lendza. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.